All right, let's take a look at my favorite colors. Now, there are colors that I love that I buy. I know I talk about, having a minimal number of colors, but over time, look what happens. But you don't need all these colors. But there are some that, if you like these colors, you need to buy them. And turquoise is one of those for me. You can make it, but and we'll go through that. But I use it so much that I like, and I just love collecting turquoise in various forms. So that's one of them. And sometimes it's called turquoise. Turner calls it aqua green. Sometimes it's called blue green. I think Nova Colors blue green is more like turquoise than the color that they call turquoise, which is right here. To me, this is more turquoise. We'll play with this and I'll show you. So turquoise is one of them. Payne's gray or dark blue, which comes in, various brands. The Payne's gray are going to be a little different. So for example, well, I'll just show you these. I'll show you the Liquitex Basics, Payne's gray, but Payne's gray is really a blue-black, a navy, indigo type color, and that's what it's sometimes referred to as well. And then Turner has this black blue, but it's my favorite dark, so that's why I like to have it on hand. And then coral is a color I love, and I particularly like this coral, the Turner, either in the regular gouache or the aqua gouache. Again, you can make it, and I'll show you how, but I'm just showing you the ones that I go ahead and buy. Now, a color that, a couple colors that you just can't make. Unless you have, if you had a fluorescent, you could, but magenta, I know people, general knowledge is the primary colors are, red, yellow, and blue, and that you can make all colors from just those three colors. But if you've ever tried to make magenta by mixing red and blue, you can get a purple, but you don't get the magenta. So I buy magenta, especially if you want like really bright. This is going to be in my Nova Color bundle. By the way, I'm finalizing the bundle colors, but I'll announce that when I get it put together. So magenta is one of those. The other one that you have to buy is fluorescent pink in Nova Color or acrylics, or sometimes it's called opera red or opera pink. Any of those are fine. You can also get it in inks. This is Liquitex's fluorescent pink ink, and you can't make these from red, blue, or from the primary colors. So that's that. And then the last one is the ivory, which I'll show you that I make, but I also buy because it's time consuming and I use a lot of it. All right, so let's get to mixing some of my favorites. Let's start with turquoise. And I've given you in the ebook a bit of a recipe for these colors, the ones that are possible to make. So we will start with turquoise, which cerulean blue and a Hansa yellow light or any lemon light. In other words, it could be, see, this one's called permanent lemon. It's a cooler yellow that you want, not a warm yellow. Although if you added a little bit, it could probably still work, but it'll take you more towards a green. So if we take a little bit of cerulean blue and we add our lemon yellow, we'll get, let's see, I'm going to do this way so I'm not mixing too much. I think I need to blot out my brush a little bit. It's got some water because I just washed them. And let's just try a tiny bit. So that was too much blue. Still too much. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm going the wrong direction. See, even I go backwards. It was not enough. I was thinking, wait, I'm going the wrong direction here. There, we're getting our turquoise shades. And then, of course, white. is in the little recipe. That's when it really turns turquoise. And I know turquoise, like every color, has its variations. That's almost a jade, and you add a little more of the cerulean and you get a little more blue, turquoise, and you can just see that you can take a whole range of turquoise colors. Let's lighten it even more. You can keep lightening. But I'll show you, so that's a really pretty turquoise. But and I'm not discouraging color mixing, I think it's a great thing to do. But if I just go and use my aqua green, I think yeah, this one definitely has more white in it. Let's see if we can get close to it just for fun. Here's the one from Turner. We're pretty close. I think we can get there if we just add more white. So I'm just going to blot out my brush, leave what's in it. Oh, I blotted it too much. Pretty close. Yeah, so that's the turquoise I mixed, and that's the Turner. But this is even brighter. So it just depends on what you like. So those are the two colors to get you there, and there's a whole range. Sometimes it's fun to just, get a piece of paper out like this and see how many shades of one color you can make, how many tints being, with white. All right, so that's turquoise. Let's look at dark indigo. So dark indigo, or Payne's gray, as I said, and I did mix this for a long time, is black and blue. So you can, let me show you what the Payne's gray looks like first. It looks black in the jar, doesn't it? Let's get a clean brush, because that is going to have some turquoise in it. That one is so stiff. This is from my junky brush jar, because you don't want to use your good brushes, your better brushes for this kind of activity. So here's the Nova color. Let me lighten that up because it looks black. But you can start to see the color of it. You get a little white. You can see it's got some blue tones to it. Okay? So that's the Nova color. Let's just get this Liquitex one out for fun. This is Liquitex Basics, Payne's Gray. This one is less blue, so it's not, when I use it, I have to, I just use Nova now, but I had this from before, and it's also not as good a quality. You can see how much more transparent this is, but and less pigmented. But when I was using this, I would add some blue to it to get, any blue, but a phthalo blue, a dark blue, and you can still get sort of a blue-black by adding, the Payne's Gray touch, just a touch of phthalo blue, and get kind of a dark blue, indigo blue. Now it matches the Nova color. So Nova color is my favorite Payne's Gray so far. In the gouache, there is a color called black blue, and there's also blue black, which is funny because I've gotten them both and I can't tell the difference. So that, you can just do that. Or as I said, you can take black and mix a bit of dark blue with it and get yourself there. So that's Payne's Gray. Let me get some black and blue, and we'll mix that and see if we can get close to the tube colors for the Payne's Gray.